Okay, cool. And then Kay, if you'll give Phil share screen capabilities, pretty please. Here they're coming in. We good?
All right, you should have co-host.
All right, love it.
I'm going to record over here too. Okay, it's going to ask you for a request. Sorry, guys. Usually I'm doing it on my end, but I'm having Kay do it on her end because I have to like get in the car halfway through, and I don't want to screw up the live stream because I screwed up Phil last time. He's going to stop talking to me before too long. Okay, good morning. We're all good. We're live streaming. I'm double checking. So good morning. Happy Friday. How's everybody? Cameras on. Don't be shy. We don't care what you look like. We just want to see your smiley little face. Everybody good? Thumbs up.
Doing great.
Friday. Cool. If y'all don't know Phil Stringer, you are in for a treat today. I'm so excited for him. I got to meet him last year, and we've kind of become friends because of EXPCon and because of XCamp, and I kind of, you guys are used to me where I throw everybody.
Maybe she's not.
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have you mute people. Okay. Y'all know me well that I just throw people on stages and I just say, you can do this, and you don't even know necessarily what you're doing, right? So that's what I did to Phil. So he loves me for it. But anyway, Phil is an AI, I'm going to say expert. All the things that we're hearing, all the buzzwords, he is doing things at a very, very high level, implementing them into business. And so he's going to come in and pour into all of us for the next hour. He's out of North Carolina. Are you in North Carolina right now?
I'm in North Carolina right now. Absolutely.
North Carolina right now. He's in high demand, so I never know where he is. And you'll see him if you're at EXPCon. You're going to see him all over the place. So, and if you guys don't know, EXPCon is really, really focused on AI and ChatGPT and kind of where everything's going. So, Phil, thank you so much for being here. Kay, if you'll change it to gallery view, because I want to have his face up there. Thank you for being here, and welcome to Friday Huddle.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. It's great speaking with you again. What is this, the second time I think that we've done a little talk together in the last couple months?
Yeah, the first time we did it in Family Tree. So okay. This is a smaller, this is our group, the tribe, and kind of what we're doing around the country. So this is fun, different groups.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor. To be here, anytime you can talk with Queen Elizabeth's group, that's an honor. So yeah, we're gonna do some things in the next hour that will probably blow your mind. I like very practical learning. I like to see it with my own eyes. Theory's great.
Hey, Randy, how you doing?
To see it actually applied. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. I've got a little bit of an introduction on a presentation, which I branded it Lux Property Group, which I know that's Elizabeth's group. I know this is wider than that. But I'm going to basically walk you through some of the myths of AI, some of the things that you need to be aware of, but then I'm going to leave everyone on this call with a downloadable PDF that is going to be a game changer for your business. So you're going to walk away with 10 AI tools that aren't called ChatGPT that you can apply into your real estate business, and 10 prompts that you can copy and paste for ChatGPT that will absolutely change the game for you. And so this is all based on real estate stuff. And so I'm really excited to share this with you. I'll go ahead and share my screen, and then I will jump over to my presentation and we will get going. So here you go. You guys should see this now. It says the AI agent. Somebody give me some type of verbal confirmation if you can see this.
Got it.
See it.
Awesome. Love it. All right. So here's the thing. All this information that you're going to get today, it's all about leverage. Anytime we can maximize your output without increasing the input, or if we can even decrease the input and get the same output or more output, that's leverage. And creating leverage in your business is what you need to do. If you want your time back, that's leverage. I tell real estate agents all the time, you didn't get into real estate to create content. You didn't get into real estate to become a social media person or to be a copywriter or an email newsletter campaign, right? Marketer. That's not why you got into real estate, probably. You got into real estate because you love people, you love relationships, you're good at what you do. And so what I want to do is I want to take those tasks that aren't high value, high revenue generating activities, and I want to take those tasks and I want to make them very much to where you can knock them out so quickly that you have much more time now to focus on the high value revenue generating activities. So again, thank you guys for having me. Really, really appreciate you guys. I've heard a lot of great things about this group. One thing I want to address just at the very top is that AI is not going to replace your job. I hear that all the time. That's the number one fear. Is AI going to replace us? Is it going to replace us as a real estate agent? And if you've heard any of my talks, you probably hear me say, look, AI isn't going to replace you, but someone using AI will. And that's just the truth. And I know that's a scary truth, but it is the truth. And kudos to you guys for being forward thinking enough to be in a group where you can collaborate with people and learn about evolving technologies. So kudos to Elizabeth and her group. Kudos to you guys for being here, because we're going to learn a lot together, and you're going to look back on this hour and you're going to be like, wow, this is absolutely game changing for my business. Okay. So my promise to you is that at the end of the hour, you will be in the top 1% in the industry in understanding AI. And as real estate agents, we love being the top 1%. So there you go. We're already starting off on a good track here. So the thing to understand, though, is that the AI revolution is not just about you. It's actually about the client. And when we understand that if we adopt certain AI tools, that it's actually a benefit to the client, then that's when the game changes. Because we're going to be able to get our time back to where we can focus more on the client. We can give them a much better experience with some of the different things, the output that we'll be able to create from these tools. We will be running circles around the other non-AI powered agent, because we'll be able to provide an amazing experience to where the client's going to be like, man, I had no idea that they were going to do this for me as well. How did they have time to do this and to create this, right? I didn't even know that they were going to do this. You're going to get a much better experience to your client. And that is going to create, of course, referrals, because they're going to refer you to everyone when they feel like they were given the red carpet treatment, right? The AI powered agent will eventually replace the everyday agent. It's just a matter of time. This is fact. It's true. AI is here. It's not going away. It's only going to become more and more and more. You have to embrace this thing. Okay. I always, when I do a conference and I'm in person, if I'm live in person, I'll say, hey, raise your hand if you've been in the real estate game for over 25 years. People will raise their hand, and I'll say, okay, before the internet, what was the MLS? And as you know, it was a catalog or a book that was either biweekly or monthly. And I say to that person, I say, okay, if you didn't evolve with technology and you didn't evolve with the internet, would you still be in business today? Well, as you can imagine, 100% of the time, the answer is a resounding no way, right? If we weren't using the internet, we wouldn't be in business. It's the same thing. AI is the largest technological advancement since the internet, okay? And the AI powered agent will eventually replace the standard agent. It's just a matter of time, just like if the internet powered agent ended up replacing the standard non-internet powered agent. It was just a matter of time. It's the same thing. And so you guys, you're in for a treat today. Now, the good thing is, and you can take a deep breath, because you don't need to be an AI master. You don't have to like technology. You could tell me, Phil, I hate technology. I don't even like being on my phone. I don't care. This stuff can be implemented if you understand it, and if you get in the right rooms with the right people who can condense time for you, which is what you're doing right now. You will be able to implement this stuff so easily. If you can copy and paste, then I can show you how to absolutely crush your competition using AI. And I think everyone in this room, I believe, and streaming can copy and paste. So I think we're okay. So take a deep breath. Don't be overwhelmed. What I'm going to break down for you is very easy, actionable steps to change your business. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to start off kind of with a definition of AI. And the reason I do this is because I'm going to show you how different companies are marketing with AI. So my definition of AI is a broad one, but this is what I like to say. AI is any system that leverages human capacities for learning, perception, and interaction at a level of complexity that supersedes our own abilities. So it's very broad, but that's what AI is. So we don't realize that we've been using AI for decades. It's been around since the 1950s. Okay. Siri on your phone is AI, right? Alexa's AI. Netflix suggestions is AI. Amazon suggestions when you shop online, that's AI. And so the reason I bring this up near the beginning of the presentation is because you're going to see, if you haven't already, hundreds of AI powered tools being advertised in front of your face, right? In the last year, it has exploded. Everything's AI now, right? And so what I want you to do is I want you to be careful that you don't fall in the trap of the shiny object syndrome, right? With an AI powered tool. So for an example, I have used this certain calendar for the last 3 years. And if I have something on my calendar that's a variable that could be moved around, like it's not a specific meeting like this one, then my calendar might move that around and fit other things in because it essentially makes this automated, here's your time block schedule for today based on the events you couldn't move around and based on the events that were kind of up in the air. It can be moved around if you want to. All of a sudden, 6 months ago, this calendar is now marketing as the world's first AI powered calendar. Well, nothing has changed. It's the exact same calendar. I've been using it for 3 years, but because it's a computer system that's smarter than our own brain, it's classified as artificial intelligence. And so they market it as AI and everyone's like, ooh, this shiny object, this new AI calendar, that's awesome. So what I want to do for you guys in this session is I want to boil down thousands of hours of research in AI tools into, hey, here are some tools that work really well that I've used that you can use for real estate. And then I want to spend the second half of this talk specifically on ChatGPT, showing you how you can use ChatGPT to crush it in the real estate game. And so that's kind of what we're going to do. I'm going to give everyone a PDF download. You'll get that with my tools, and you'll have it all packaged together at the end of this call. So if I were to boil down this entire introduction into 3 words, it's evolve or die. That's it. It's evolve or die. That is what we have faced as humankind since day one, right? It's human nature. We have to evolve or we're going to die. And the same goes with technology. You have to evolve with technology or you'll die. And so I don't want you to be fearful of AI. I don't want you to be confused. I'm going to break it down very easily for you. I want you to be excited and inspired today that you have an opportunity to really get on the front of this thing and to run circles around your competition because you're the one that has basically educated yourself in AI and AI tools to give your client a much better experience. People say all the time, man, AI is just going to dehumanize the whole process. And I want to argue that with the opposite. I think that if you can use AI to streamline the things that maybe don't matter as much, some of the busy work, right? The non-human work of getting certain tasks and admin work done. If you can use AI to 10x your productivity on that side, it's going to free you up with so much more time to be more human and to actually spend time face to face with your clients, building those relationships with clients and potential clients, that it'll make your life more human. It'll make the transaction process more human. All right. So if you guys want to follow me along my journey, probably the best platform where I'm most responsive, you can shoot me a DM or message me on Instagram. It's at Phil Stringer. So it's just my first and last name. You can look me up and follow me. I love giving tips and tricks and kind of messaging people and helping them with their real estate business using AI. So you can find me there. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch over. I'm going to get out of this presentation. I'm going to switch over to the exact PDF that I'm going to give you guys at the end of this call. There'll be a QR code. You can scan it It's a download. That way you get all of my tools, all of the prompts that you can just copy and paste. But here's what I want to do before I open that PDF. I want you to understand I have 10 of my favorite tools outside of ChatGPT, and I have 10 prompts that you can copy and paste. With the 10 tools, you will be overwhelmed when I go through them. And so I'm not going to do a deep dive into the 10 tools. I'm just going to show you what's possible, right? I want you, first off, I don't want you to do all 10. I don't want you to even do 5 of the 10. I want you to select 1 or maybe 2. If you're feeling really feisty and you feel like you can knock something out, pick 2. But pick 1 or 2 that you feel like would move the needle for your business. Everyone's going to be different. And focus on that 1 or focus on those 2. Okay? Don't do more, or you will do 5 or 10 at an average level and you won't move the needle. So just pick 1 or 2. So as I'm going through these 10, please do not be overwhelmed. Don't feel like you have to do all 10. Just pick 1 or 2 and focus on those. Okay. So I'm going to exit out of this and we're going to go to the presentation here. This is what it's going to look like. So this is that PDF download. You see, I've got 10 AI tools and prompts that's going to increase your revenue, efficiency, and productivity. All right. So I'm going to start off with my favorite tools. And one thing to note when you're going through these tools, I actually have this hyperlink. So I have the name of the tool, a short description of what it does, and this is the hyperlink that goes straight to the tool. So you don't have to write down, oh man, what was that tool called? What was the link again? Was it .pro, .com, .io, .co? Which one was it? It's all packaged for you here, and you can just click straight on the tool. Okay. So I'm going to start off with Opus Pro. This is an amazing tool. This is Opus Clip. It's opus.pro. Here's what it does. You put in a long form video, or it can be any video of your choice, really. It can be shot in any orientation. It can be horizontal, whatever. It's going to take the video and it's automatically going to crop it to vertical, the correct size for TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts. It's going to add the captions, the highlights, the emojis, all of that for you. Okay. The real power in Opus, though, is what's called AI curation, and that's this right here. What it does is it analyzes the clip based on the transcription of the video to understand what the video is about. And then it takes one portion that says, you know what, this is a really good hook. This is going to draw people in. This is going to get people's attention. And it pairs it with the relevant highlights in that talk to get one clip. So it spits out 8, sometimes I've seen 15, 17 different short form options from whatever video you put in. Now, here's the thing. The hook is very important with short form content. We all know that we have 3 seconds or less to grab people's attention on short form content, or they're just going to swipe and scroll by, right? So that's why I tell real estate agents, the number one mistake I see when real estate agents are posting short form content on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, is they introduce themselves at the beginning. Do not introduce yourself at the beginning of your video. Because if I do a video and I say, hey, I'm Phil Stringer from blah, blah, blah group in, Austin, Texas, whatever. Swipe, I'm already gone. I don't care, right? Majority of people are gone. And so what I tell people to do is come up with the hook and then introduce yourself after. So if I were doing a video, I teach a 12-week AI academy to real estate agents, teaching them how to use AI tools to increase their business. If I wanted to do a video promoting that online, I wouldn't say, hey, my name is Phil Stringer and I'm an AI coach for real estate. No, you're gone. What I would do is I would say, in 30 seconds, I'm about to change your real estate career forever. Hey, I'm Phil Stringer and I'm an AI coach, whatever, right? But what I've done is I've moved the hook at the beginning. I've drawn them in to where they're like, what? They're either thinking, wow, I have to hear this because my real estate career is going to change in 30 seconds. Or 2, there's no way he could possibly say anything that's that valuable. It's full of crap. Or they're going to be so intrigued by what I said that they'll find out in 30 seconds. They'll be like, oh, I have 30 seconds to pay attention. So that's what this is doing. Now, I want to show you guys on the back end what this looks like, because I uploaded a 13-minute video, super short, just one of our old team meetings from our brokerage. So I'm chief operating officer of a mega team in North Carolina, and every week we do team meetings, right? Like anyone else. what I did is I set a camera at the back of the room, didn't touch it. It was shot, horizontally. It wasn't vertical. Here's what happened. I drug it into Opus Clip, and within a couple minutes, I have, what is that? Eight different options of short form content that I can pick from. I can use all of them. I can use one of them. I can do whatever I want. But it gives me a description of what the video is about. And then down here, it gives me the full transcription of the whole video. And it gives me what they call a virality score. So this is the score that Opus thinks that it might go viral, right? So what I can do is I can go in here, I can play it and see if I like it. I can edit it. Like, let's say one of the words was misspelled. Like if I said someone's name and there was a misspelling on the name, I go in, I change the word. I can change the color of the font. I can change what type of font, the emojis, whatever I want to do, right? And so now I have all of these options, and I didn't have to figure out how to edit the video. I didn't have to pay someone to do it. And it's really an amazing tool that can turn your stale videos into short form content in a matter of minutes, right? So that leads me to tool number 2, which is amazing. And you can actually use this in conjunction with Opus. It's called Descript. So Descript is a really neat tool. It's a video editor at its core, but it makes anyone, I would be 100% confident that anyone watching this right now could be turned into a video editor. And if you're looking at me like, no, Phil, you have no idea. I've never turned on a computer. You might change your mind in about 60 seconds when I show you how this works. So I have Descript and I have it pulled up here. This is that clip from Opus that we just created. I drug it into Descript. So what it does is you have the video on the right-hand side, and then it transcribes the video on the left. So now you have your words over here. Now, I was talking to my team when I did this video, but maybe to Instagram, some of this wouldn't necessarily be relevant, or it's just extra fluff, right? So you can see here, I said, if you're not confident, then do the reps to become confident, right? And then right here, I say, you guys are doing a lot of mock offers and stuff right now, right? Because I'm talking to my team. Well, that may not be super relevant to Instagram. So what if, I don't know if this will play or if you guys can hear this.
Become confident, right? You guys are doing a lot of mock offers and stuff right now, right?
Were you guys able to hear that? Can someone tell me?
Yes, we could.
Okay, so this really doesn't make sense. So what if I were to highlight this like it were a Word document and I hit backspace? Now I'm a video editor because watch.
Reps to become confident, right? If you're not confident in writing an offer, how do you become confident?
And it's gone. All I had to do was act like this was a Word document, edit the words, and it edits the video based on the words. Don't you think now, if you can edit a Word document, don't you think now you can become a video editor? Like, it's amazing. So you'll see here, what do I say? If you're not confident in picking up the phone, and then I say something to one of my agents, Robert, how do you become confident in picking up the phone? What if I wanted the word Robert to be gone from the post on Instagram? Watch.
Confident in picking up the phone, Robert, how do you become confident in picking up the phone?
Now, all I have to do is go over here, highlight Robert, hit backspace. Let's watch it again.
Perhaps if you're not confident in picking up the phone, how do you become confident in picking up the phone?
Done. So you can imagine how powerful this is, because you can remove, anytime you say an you can just delete the right? Really, really powerful video editing tool. Another really cool thing about Descript, you can upload 15 minutes of video or audio of you speaking, and it will create an AI clone voice that sounds like you, to where whatever you type in, whatever you paste in, you hit play, it's you reading that script. So there's a lot of things that can be done with that, but Descript is a very powerful tool for video editing, but also for cloning your voice. All right. I'm going to move on to tool number 3. All right. And you guys have all of this in the PDF. Tool number 3 is a tool called Tactic. This links to your video conferencing software, Zoom, WebEx, whatever it is. And when you're done with your meeting, immediately you get a summary of the full meeting. You get an agenda, right, for the next meeting. And you get action items for anyone in the meeting, because it knows based on the square that you're in with Zoom and your name, based on what that person said or what other people said, it assigns tasks to those different squares, those people in the room, right? I'll show you the back end. This, let's see, this was with Tony. All right, so this was a coaching call that I had with Tony. Let's see. So I don't know which one this is. So this is new to both of us. Here's the meeting agenda, right? Gives the full agenda where I was going to teach him on lead gen with ChatGPT, social media, whatnot. Gives me the summary of what the meeting was about with some bullet points here. Tony's been in real estate since 2008, blah, 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 blah. Action items for both of us. And then down here is the full transcription of every single word that was said in that coaching call when I was coaching my client. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? And it takes that data from the transcription and it creates all of the summary, everything up here. So Tactic can be very useful for real estate agents. Excuse me. Because imagine if you do a buyer consult via Zoom. Imagine 5 minutes after hanging up, you're able to say, you know what, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, it was great talking with you today. Here's what we went through, right? Like, here's the full summary. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to provide. And you've done that within a matter of minutes, right? After hanging up. Or a listing presentation via Zoom. Here, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, it was great talking with you. Here's the exact roadmap of what we talked about and what we're going to do. Here's the upcoming action items for me, right? Very, very powerful tool. That one's called Tactic. All right, moving on to the next one. This is Midjourney. You guys might have heard of Midjourney. Midjourney, I don't like to spend a lot of time on, but I want you to be aware that it's there, okay? Any AI generated images that you've seen that are really, really good, 9 times out of 10, that's coming from Midjourney. It's basically ChatGPT, but for images, okay? So you type in a prompt and it generates an image for you. Now, you can be very specific with Midjourney. You can have it create you a photo with a shot with a specific camera, with a specific lens and a specific exposure rate, like crazy detailed, right? And it looks very, very good. And so this is really powerful because you can create images. Now it is kind of difficult to use, okay? So it's not as user friendly, but I'm going to show you a tool that is user friendly. If you want to do images and generate images, I'm going to show you those, okay? But Midjourney is that tool that you're seeing online where people are, creating some amazing, amazing images. This is the tool that is more user friendly. Okay, and write this one down. This is Adobe Firefly. Okay, Adobe Firefly. Now I'm going to show you what we can do. Can we get someone, whether it's in the chat or just someone to unmute, give me an animal.
Lion.
All right, so we're going to say a lion. Let's do this. Let's do an astronaut riding a lion on Mars. And let's just see what it comes up with, okay? Because you can type in whatever you want and it generates based on your prompt, okay? Now you can see, there we go, astronaut riding a lion on Mars. And we get some pretty cool results, right? So then whoever that was that said lion, pick which one is your favorite, A, B, C, or D.
Just pick C.
Pick C. All right. So we've got C. Now we can select this and we can refine it even further. So like we could do show similar, where it'll create 4 based on this right here. Now, the cool thing about this is we have full control over the size. Like this is square, but we could do widescreen, portrait, landscape, whatever. We can have it be a photo, a graphic. This is set to art. So this is an art piece. We can do digital art, synthwave, all of these different types, neon, chaotic, color and tone. If you want a specific muted, black and white, pastel, whatever. The lighting, you can have it be low lighting, studio lighting, dramatic, whatever you want. Composition then can be blurry background, close up, wide angle, all of these different options, shot from below, shot from above, right? So you select what you want and you regenerate it. And it's kind of like you're getting the image that you want, and you just refine it until you get what you want. Now, the cool thing about this, this software is that you can actually edit these images. So let's do generative fill, and I'm going to show you how this works. So you can either insert something into the image or you can remove something. So if we wanted to insert something, like let's say right here, I don't know, let's insert a basketball hoop, right? You can tell that I was amazing at art, right? There we go. So let's do a basketball goal. Now, what we do is we just say what we want to create. So I'm going to say, basketball hoop. And then from the area that I removed, it's going to create a basketball goal in that general area, right? And we'll get a couple different options of basketball goals. Now, that's not exactly what I wanted, but that is, right? So then I've got this option and I can add different things. So I can say, okay, I want to keep that. Now, let's say over here, I want a basketball to be on the ground. And I type in, basketball. And it'll generate different options of basketballs in this image, which is pretty interesting, right? So I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one. I like that one. That one's my favorite. So I'm going to keep that one. So really neat. Now, for a real estate agent, obviously this is fun and games, right? We have an astronaut riding a lion, okay? But in a real estate perspective, how can this be useful? Well, you can upload images to this. So what if we had, I don't know, some listing photo where it's like, you know what, I really wish that car wasn't there, or I wish that they had picked this up in the room, right? What do? Well, we can remove things from images as well as insert. So if I want to remove this car, I can do this, and I can select the area where the car is. And then all I need to do is hit remove, and let's see what it does. Think about interior photos, exterior photos, boom, there you go. It's completely generated. I wish I would have picked a higher quality image because you'd be able to see it very clear. You cannot tell that the car wasn't there. You still have the freaking shadow of the tree there. Like, that's amazing, right? And it's amazing what you can do with photos, especially from a listing perspective. So right now in Adobe Firefly, that's a much easier one to use than this tool, which is Midjourney. All right. So hopefully that was helpful from an image standpoint. Moving on to another tool. This one's called Durable. This is a website that you can build in 30 seconds. I'm only going to spend 60 seconds on it, but I'm going to show you that you actually can build a website very quickly. So let's say we're in real estate. All right, boom. We're going to, let's say I'm in Raleigh because it knows I'm in North Carolina right now. We're going to call this Stringer Realty. And that's all, right? So it asks me 3 questions and then it generates a website. Now, the reason I show this demonstration is because it's going to do the hard work, the heavy lifting behind the scenes to get you the design, the colors, the template, everything put in. You're obviously going to have to go in and tweak the 20%, right? You're 80% of the way there, but you're going to have to tweak the 20, okay? This is the case with all AI tools. It's going to do the heavy lifting to save you time, but you go in and you tweak it and you paste in the real testimonials, right? Not just the placeholder. You drag in a real image, you link your different things to it. Now, my website's ready. So what I could say is, if I don't like the color scheme, I can change it. This is a white color scheme. What if I wanted blue? Well, I just click customize and I select blue and it regenerates. But Stringer Realty, I can decide what font, what logo, if I want it here, if I want it here, wherever. I can link my social medias here, right? Discover the best homes, explore now. I can edit any of this. I can go in and I can click and I can just change the text, edit it, whatever I want, but the placeholder is there. Okay, so now I've got this About Me section, right, for Stringer Realty. Again, I can edit this if I want to. I've listed over 1,000 properties. Well, if that's not true, I go in here and I edit that text, right? expert real estate agents, customized property solutions. Here's the services that I offer, right? About Stringer Realty, real estate marketing strategy. Here's some testimonials. So obviously I go in here and I paste in the real testimonials that I have, but this is a placeholder. And then the location, you put in your office location, whatever. And then down here, you have a lead gen contact us form, right? Where you can get that link to your CRM and you're getting leads from your website. So the reason I bring up Durable is because it's so easy that it's done in a few seconds. You don't have to pay someone to do it, right? But you can also link your IDX feed to it, right? What I have seen work best with Durable is when you do a Durable website, you can add as many pages to your website as you want. Okay, so it's I believe it's $20 a month, and it includes the hosting, everything. But you can have as many pages as you want, and you could literally create a page for every listing that you have. So let's say you have 123 Main, Austin, Texas, right? You go out and you buy the domain for $12, 123mainaustin.com. And then you have a listing and you load in your photos, you load in your property description that we created from ChatGPT together, and you throw in whatever you want. Boom. Now you have linked that page to 123mainaustin.com. You have a website for your listing that you didn't have to do really anything for. And your client's going to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know they were going to create a whole website for my listing. This is amazing, right? Very powerful tool, super cheap, super easy to use. All right, I'm going to breeze through these other ones here, and then I'm going to spend the rest of my time on ChatGPT. Remini, this is a very fun app. Essentially, you upload photos of yourself or selfies, and it will create a branding photo shoot of you. Be aware that the technology is getting better every month, but some of the results are less than desirable and kind of creepy. But you will get some results that are very good that you can't even tell. And I've seen a lot of real estate agents use these photos because they look real, and they'll use it for branding, for social media, etc. This is called All Right, and this converts videos to articles. So if you've shot a video, or if you want to write an article about a video topic that's already been shot on a video, you paste in the video, and it will write you an article or a blog about the contents of the video. So if you've done the work to shoot a video, you might as well have a blog or an article written about it as well for your website or email newsletter or whatever you want to do. Boom. Now it's not a transcription. It's written about the content you shot. Super, super powerful.
Real
This
quick, sorry, that video one, does it have to be video that has audio? Like if we're doing a home tour, do we have to be talking in the video in order for it? Like it's not going to just pull images or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to pull like transcript of the video. So like if you're doing a home tour, but you're talking about the home or if you have a voiceover, right, talking about the home, it could write, but it takes the transcription of what's being said in the video and it writes an article based on that content, right?
Awesome. Thank you.
Good question. This is Synthesia. I've got 3 more that I'm just going to breeze by, and then we're going to do ChatGPT. This is Synthesia. Basically what Synthesia does, you type in text or you paste in text, you hit play, and you have an AI generated avatar that will read what you wrote. Okay. This is good for training. I've seen a lot of real estate teams do it for any type of tutorials training. I did a whole tutorial training module with the team, saved them $60,000 because they didn't have to buy lighting, cameras, equipment, you know, all of that. They just pasted in their text, hit play, boom, their training videos were done. So this is a very interesting tool. You could go crazy and pay $1,000 and upload a 15-minute video of yourself, and it will create an avatar that looks like you. The technology is not quite there to where I'm comfortable saying that that's a good investment. I still think it looks creepy, but the technology is advancing so quickly. 2 days ago, I got invited to a beta from a company to test out this software where it looks pretty real. And it's going to get to the point where in a couple months, probably 6 months, my guess, you've got this software where you can't tell that it's AI. Right? So this is coming. All right, this is Tome. Basically what Tome is it's like ChatGPT, but for presentations, okay? You type in, hey, like this one I just did here, 5 tips for selling your home in a high interest rate environment. Boom, it creates you a template. It's kind of like that website one, Durable, where it gets you 80% of the way there. You go in and then you can tweak the words. You can tweak, if you want it to regenerate the image, if you want to drag in your own image. But this is good for presentations, and it does a pretty good job at creating different things. And it has different templates here that you can create multiple different things, resumes, sales pitches, whatever. And then last but not least, one of my favorites is a tool called Designer. Excuse me. This creates ebooks and lead magnets to get leads. So essentially, you can drag in any type of content, video, audio, blog post, whatever it is, PDF, document. It will create an ebook based on the content from whatever you dragged in, okay? So imagine if you wrote a blog with ChatGPT about the top 5 tips for selling your home in a high interest rate environment or market. Then you drag that blog into here. It's going to create you an ebook of the top 5 tips, right, to sell your home. You offer that as a free download to your audience. And you say, hey, we just wrote this ebook, top 5 tips before selling your home in this market, in our city, whatever. You could either sell it for $1.99, $2.99, whatever you want on Amazon and get a little bit of money, or you can offer it for free if they give you name, email, phone number as a free download. Then you're getting leads for people that are interested in the top 5 tips for selling your home. Well, if they're interested in that, then they might be interested in selling their home, or they know someone who might need to soon. So this is a lead magnet that I have seen work really well. And if you're creating the content, you might as well have multiple forms of content. You've already done the hard work, right? All right. I'm going to jump into, we're going to spend the next 15 minutes on ChatGPT. I wish we had a little more time, but I'm going to try and go as quick as I can here. ChatGPT is a game changer. If there's anyone who's not currently using it, you're going to want to use it after this. I'm going to show you really quickly 7 use cases for using ChatGPT. And then I'm going to show you some of the prompts that I've got that you guys walk away with in that PDF, where you can copy and paste and it'll change the real estate game for you, okay? So just quickly to understand, ChatGPT is a large language model. They call it an LLM. It's different from Google in that it's not a search engine. You don't get results, right? You get a conversational response. So if I ask something, it's going to give me a conversational response back. But then if I ask a follow-up question, it'll remember everything in the conversation. And so that's very powerful because I can then train ChatGPT to do certain things. All right. So I'm going to give you guys 7 use cases. If you're taking notes, take notes of this. Okay. This is number 1. And that is it'll generate simple questions. So I'm going to demonstrate simple questions. This is what it looks like on the back end. Definitely, if you don't have an account, create a free account. You've got a free version and a paid version. I'm going to do everything in the free version today to show you what's going on here. But let's say anything you wanted to Google, you could also put in ChatGPT. So I could say, who won the Super Bowl in the NFL season 1995? All right. It's going to tell me that on January 29th, the San Francisco 49ers won against the San Diego Chargers. Here was the score. All right, cool. Now, if I Googled that, I'd probably get a link that had that same result, right? But if then I Googled this, who was the 49ers quarterback? It will probably give me who the current 49ers quarterback is, but here's what's different with ChatGPT. It knows, based on what we've been talking about, that the quarterback for the 49ers during this game, right, was Steve Young. And so this is really powerful because I can then prime it and prompt it and get it to say certain things and train itself in a real estate perspective to get really, really detailed results. Okay. And I'll show you how that works in a minute here. But number 1, simple questions. Anything you wanted to Google or ask Google, you can also do in ChatGPT. Number 2 is you can generate lists. So this would be lists of ideas, lists of hobbies, whatever. So for an example, someone might come in here and say, give me a list of 10 hobbies. I'm looking to pick up a new hobby. right? Now, here's what I would say. The more detailed you are with your prompt, the more detailed results you're going to get every single time. So think outside the box when you're asking ChatGPT questions. For an example, instead of this, I might say, I'm a 34-year-old male. I live in Greensboro, North Carolina. I like sports and being outdoors. Give me a list of 10 hobbies. I'm looking to pick up a new hobby, right? That's much more detailed. But watch what happens when I do that. It's going to tailor it to Greensboro. It's going to tailor it to a 34-year-old male who likes sports and outdoors, because these are my options, right? Super powerful. And it's going to give me specific things that I can do in Greensboro in my area, right? So every prompt that you do, make sure you're being very, very specific with your input, okay? Number 3, long form written pieces. Guys, this has the capability of writing long form content, blogs, articles, newsletters, whatever it is. So the way that most real estate agents are writing blogs is like this. Write me a 1,000 word, because you can specify the length, blog about the benefits of home staging and selling a home, right? This is how most agents are doing it. Now, it's going to write you a blog. You're going to get an introduction. You're going to get different sections. You'll get a conclusion probably, and then you can copy and paste it and you're good. This is the wrong way to write a blog. And in about 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the right way to do it. Okay. But this is how most people are doing it. Boom, you're done. Long form written, absolutely easy peasy. Number 4 then is feedback prompts. You can ask it to give you feedback on stuff that you've done. So you could copy in a blog that you've written, paste it in, and say, hey, give me feedback on how I could have been more engaging to my reader. Boom, it'll give you feedback. You could have it give you feedback on spelling, grammatical, whatever you want, and it'll give you feedback. So I always say with real estate agents, for those of you who have your calls recorded in your CRM, it's super easy to take that audio and get it transcribed to text. That tool Descript that I showed you will do it. You can drag in an audio file, boom, now you have a text transcription. Copy that text transcription from that phone call, paste it into ChatGPT and say, how could I better have acquired this customer? It will literally give you feedback, sales call feedback on what you could have done better. It's an amazing tool. So don't sleep on feedback, asking it for feedback. Number 5 is modification prompts. This would be translating it to another language, lengthening something, rewording something, rephrasing something, whatever. You could shorten something. It doesn't matter. So let's take this for an example. We have this blog that we just wrote with it. And let's go to this blog. Let's just take, I'm just going to take the conclusion. I can take any amount of text and I could say, expand this to a 1,000 word blog. And I'm only giving it that. It will take what I've given it and it will literally write, expanding upon what I gave it to make it 1,000 words, right? Really, really powerful. Now, you could do the same thing and you could say, all right, let's copy this entire, once it's done generating, I'm going to copy the entire thing. Here we go. This little copy button right here. And I'm going to say, turn this into a 100, well, let's do a 50 word, super short, Facebook post. Put the entire blog in there, right? And now what it's going to do is it's going to read this whole blog and boom, there's your Facebook post for unlocking your property's potential with home staging, along with hashtags and emojis. You've boiled a whole entire article down into one thing. So modification, you can lengthen, you can shorten, you can reword. I could put that entire blog in and I could say, rephrase this. It's going to write the exact same type of content in different words. Okay. You could even do like a translate to another language. I could say, translate this to Chinese. and it translates to other languages. So modification is a massive tool as well. Number 6, I've got 2 more. Number 6 is instructional prompts. This is how-tos, guidelines. You can ask it how to do anything. So I could go in here and I could say, how do I, build a birdhouse? It's going to give me a list of materials that I need. So here's my shopping list, and then step-by-step instructions of what I have to do to create a bird. And you can use this for anything, right? You can ask it how to do anything. Very powerful for instructional prompts as well. And then the last one is information extraction. You can extract data from text, okay? So let's say, for an example, write me a summary of the book, Good to Great. There you go. It's a business management book by Jim Collins, published in 2001. Here you go. Here's your summary. You can have it do outlines. You can have it do, any type of summary, bullet points. You can take a summary and take it from a book, an article, right? A YouTube video, and it will give you summaries of data. You can extract information from other content, and it's a very powerful tool. All right. So those are the seven different use cases. Now, what I really want to show you in the next few minutes here before we have to log off is what I'm giving you in this PDF. So you see we have our tools here. We've got the links to all those tools that I showed you, but I've also got prompts for you to copy and paste down here. So the first one that is going to absolutely change the game for you is this one prompt right here. It's the first one I put on the list for a reason. It's training ChatGPT to fully understand your business and goals. So what you want to do is you just want to copy this whole prompt and paste it in. What I'm asking it to do in this prompt is I'm saying, hey, I want you to generate me some content. But before you generate content, I want you to fully understand me specifically, my business, my market, the price point I'm shooting for, right? My target audience, right? Everything. And so to achieve this, I want you to ask me at least 25 questions, whatever questions you need to know in order to fulfill this task to the best of your abilities. So you're putting it back on ChatGPT to fully understand what you're wanting to do. When you put this in, guys, what it's going to do is it's going to ask you 25 questions about your business. And this is deep stuff. What I want you to do with this is I want you to copy these 25. And I want you to paste this in a Word document, right? Go into a Word document, Google Doc, whatever it is, and just hit enter and just start to answer the question. So question 1, enter, the name of my business, Stringer Realty. Boom. Number 2, brief description of your business organization, products or services. I sell homes. I'm in the Austin, Texas market, whatever it is. Price point. Here's my average price point. Answer as many of these questions as you can or you want to, knowing that the more detail you give it, the better responses you're going to get. Save that document with your answers forever. That way you have the answers to your question. You can do this however many times you want. Paste it back in here and be like, here's the answers to your questions. Boom, paste it in right here. You hit enter, it's going to fully understand your business, your goals, your target audience, your ad preferences, everything. So that when it creates a blog for you in the future, in this conversation, now if you go out to a new conversation, it's going to forget all of that. But over here on the left-hand side, you have your history that you can always go back to, right? So I could click on this and I could name this Stringer Realty. And I can always go back here. When I want a blog, when I want a short form video, when I want a YouTube video, when I want an email newsletter, a text message campaign for follow-up with the frequency, whatever it is I'm wanting, I go back here, I ask for the content in this chat, and it does it based on all of my goals, not a generic response. Super, super powerful and important because now you're getting very detailed responses for your niche, your market, your business. Very powerful. So let's say you do that. Well, let's go to the next prompt that I give you. Now that it understands your business and goals, what if you were to generate a list of 90 lesser known facts about your niche? So anytime I give you these blue brackets, you can change this to whatever variable you want, right? So you could just say my business, you could say real estate, whatever. You've already trained it on your business, so it's going to know, right? So you copy this, and basically what you're telling it without reading you the whole prompt is I say, look, the goal is to educate my audience, showcase my expertise, and attract new clients. Give me 90 content ideas that are lesser known that my clients may want to know. Well, it's already been trained on your whole business, your market, your target audience, everything. It's going to give you specific lists of 90 that are specific to you. Well, once you do that, you can create a complete content calendar. So let's say you want to do a blog, or you want to do a podcast, or you want to do short form video calendar, or a YouTube channel. You pick, right? You just put whatever you want in here. Let's say we're going to do a blog. So we put in, I'd like you to help me come up with a content schedule for my blog, right? And without reading you this whole prompt that I've written, basically what I'm saying is, hey, target clickbait style titles that people will be engaged with. And then you paste your list of 90 that you just generated based on your business right here. Now, if you want to go through that list of 90 and delete any of the ones you don't want to talk about, I would recommend that, right? You might whittle it down to 70 or whatever. Paste them in here. Now you're going to get a full content calendar for whatever type of content you want. It'll tell you when to post, how often to post, and it's in a nice table that looks like a spreadsheet. Your full content calendar based on your business is completely done in 3 minutes, right? Done. Now, I've got some really amazing prompts in here that will really help you. For an example, creating a buyer persona with a list of pain points. So it understands your business. You put in homes in whatever price point you're wanting to hit, and you put in your specific market right here. Those are the only two things you have to change in this whole prompt. You copy that whole thing, you paste it in, and now you're going to get a buyer persona based on your area, your target audience, your people for that price point. And it's going to list potential pain points that that target audience could have in purchasing a home in your market. Well, guess what you can do after that? You can create either content, or you can create a targeted ad based on that generated persona of you solving the problems that that specific buyer or seller has in your market. Now you've got a Facebook ad or a YouTube ad or a Google ad, whatever it is you pick. There you go. Copy, paste. You don't have to worry about, what do I ask ChatGPT? How do I do it? I've done all the work for you. You just have to copy and paste it, right? It's all done for you right here. I have craft the perfect blog post. And I don't know if we have the moderator on the call. Do we have like 5 minutes before, or is this a hard stop?
No, we have time. If anyone needs to hop off, it's recorded in the tribe. But let's stay on and maybe have a couple questions.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here and then we'll do questions. But I promised you I would show you the correct way to write a blog, right? This prompt right here, all you have to do is copy this whole thing and then go over to ChatGPT, right? And you paste in the title of your blog at the end. So here, proceed to craft an article. Now, if you've created your content calendar, it's already created all of the clickbait style titles for you based on your niche. So you just copy one of those and paste it right here. Now, I think the topic that I said was the benefits of home staging when selling your home. I'm going to do that exact same title, but this is the right way to write it. And here's why. I'm not going to read you this whole prompt, but basically I'm telling it, you're a proficient SEO writer. I want you to give me a minimum of 15 headings and subheadings. I want H1, H2, H3, H4 to make it look pretty. I want a 2,000 word article that's unique, right? And here we go. Now it starts with an article outline. You have your full outline. You have your article content. What is home staging? The psychology, benefits, faster sale, higher selling price, enhanced visual appeal, emotional connection, competitive edge, how to stage your home, declutter, furniture, lighting, fresh paint, curb appeal, DIY versus professional. You get your conclusion. Now here's the really important thing. It ends with FAQs. So you have frequently asked questions of what people are actually asking based on this topic. And Google's going to reward you because you are answering the most common questions, which what do people put into Google? Questions. You're answering them in your FAQ. That is how you write a blog. And all you have to do is copy and paste that prompt that I've given you. So we've got some amazing stuff in here. We have analyze a specific text for style, voice, and tone. So let's say you wanted to make ChatGPT sound like you for the rest of the conversation, and you want to write stuff in your voice, just copy this and paste in an email, a text, doesn't matter, something you've written. It will sound like you because it will analyze what you've written and it will write that way. Boom, now you're done. This is an amazing prompt for property descriptions. Really, really good to get very accurate and well-written property descriptions. Here is 10 captivating hooks for contents and ads. I told you, hey, the hook is the most important thing for your video and your ads. This will create 10 of them for you, right? Very powerful. Instagram carousel content creator. If you want it to create an Instagram carousel where you swipe by and it's like, here are the top 5 tips, swipe, and you swipe through, this will give you image ideas. It'll put the text on there for you and say, this is what you should do. And it'll give you the full Instagram carousel content creator. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys again for your time. Thank you for, being here and paying attention. This will absolutely change the game for you. So what I want to do is I want to put this QR code up so that you can download this exact PDF. You'll get access to all of this stuff. And I'm going to give you this QR code that you can scan so that you can have all this information. It's going to send you an email to your email address, but this is the code. And you can go ahead and scan that. Once you put in your info, it'll send you an email with a download to that PDF, and you can have access. So you can copy and paste, use those links. But again, I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that those 10 tools and the 10 prompts will be able to help you on your journey. Now, if you've scanned this code and you get those 10 prompts and you use them and you love them, I do want to let you know, for those of you who want to take it to the next level and really crush it, if you like the 10 prompts, then I should probably tell you I have a list of over 500 copy and paste prompts for real estate. From anything from social media, copywriting, TikTok, web, customer service, Twitter, YouTube, search engine optimization, email advertising. We've got everything in here. So you select which one you want. And then, this is a role-playing one, which is super cool. You copy this prompt, you paste it in, and you're good to go. So for those of you who want the pack of 500, I do offer basically it's a 12-week academy where I teach real estate agents how to use AI to actually move the needle and to get more sales. And so this is what you get with the AI Academy. You get those 500 real estate prompts. It's not a PDF download. You actually get a login so that when I change something, you also get the new updates. So if I put in a new prompt today, it automatically shows up on your side as well. It's not just a downloaded PDF. You get 12 weeks of exclusive AI coaching on demand that you select when you want to do it. It's 30 minutes a week, right? It's very condensed and we don't waste time. But you decide on demand when you want to take that 30 minutes a week. But you also get 12 weeks of live sessions, Q&A with me. Right? So you can come in, ask any questions. We can do whatever you need to do, screen share. Upon completion, you get an AI agent certification, which just 2 weeks ago, I had a guy get a $1.5 million listing because of his AI, being in the AI Academy. He said, dude, I literally told him what I learned on Tuesday. And they said, you're our guy. We've interviewed 9 different people for this listing. You're the only one that is actually evolving with technology and caring about AI. And that shows that you're a go-getter. You're in, right? This will differentiate yourself in your marketplace. This will give you another value proposition to put in your tool belt. And then upon completion, you get an invitation to a weekly mastermind if you want to keep the AI talk going on what's happening, what's coming up. So some of the things that this AI Academy can do for you, you've seen it, right? It'll do a lot of different things. If you're interested in this, it's a 3-month program, 12 weeks. It's 3 monthly payments of $9.99. So it's about $3,000. It will absolutely change the game for your business, right? Now for this specific group, because I love Queen Elizabeth, we have decided to do a special code for today, right? So it's LuxePG, LuxePG. If you use that code, you actually get 50% off. So you'll get this for $4.99 instead of $9.99 a month. And then if you're someone who likes to pay all upfront in full, you'll have even deeper discount because you can get the paid in full whole thing 3-month program for $9.99. You have to use that promo code though, because it'll knock off that 50% for you, the Lux PG. So this offer expires tonight at midnight, but we wanted to offer that to you guys. That way you have it. Hopefully this was valuable for you. If you have any questions, let's open it up to some questions. But I hope that this was valuable and it will give you some inspiration, right, on how to use these tools to really crush the game.
We have a couple minutes, you guys. Let's just open up mics and shoot out a few questions. Thank you. Phyllis.
Actually, thanks, Phil, so much. I have a couple questions. So I have not really jumped on ChatGPT. I'm one of those people who I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want computers writing things for me. But yeah, I'm a person who I'm like, I need content. So you suckered me in. Thanks. But the version that we saw, is that just a normal version, or is it do I have to pay for it? How does that work? Because
everything that I did was on the free version. Everything that you saw in ChatGPT was free. If you want to do the paid version, it's only $20 a month, but it gives you access to plugins, which are like third-party apps, right? Where you can link it to other apps to do things. So imagine it like an iPhone in the App Store. The App Store gives you access to third-party apps, right? You can still call people and email and do whatever without the App Store, but that paid version gives you access. So for an example, I booked my flights on ChatGPT because it links with Kayak, right? But you have to have the paid version to have those plugins.
Gotcha. And then, sorry, one more question. And within, you know how you gave us the tool where we could put in information about our business and all that kind of stuff and answer the questions. Is there any way to add our disc profile in there so it actually gives us stuff we were really connects with us so we can connect with our audience and our clients?
100%. And that's an amazing point. You can literally paste in your disc profile and say, hey, this is my disc profile, use this, and it will use it.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Good questions.
So I had a question. When we put in these prompts, the only thing that differentiates everybody getting the same exact answer are the specific details that we put in, correct?
No, it does not matter if you put in the exact same prompt that I do. 1 minute later, everyone gets a different result on ChatGPT.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. So you could literally type in, write me a 1,000 word blog about the benefits of home staging. And then you could have your friend do it right next to you, the exact same words, and it's different.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Good.
Now you putting in those variables like, hey, I'm from the Tampa Bay market and my average price point is this, that's going to curate it and make it specific to you, right? Which is going to make it really good information.
Great. Okay, good. I was wondering about that because I've noticed in some of the descriptions of, in real estate that some people, I see the language of being similar a little bit. I can tell when it's chat.
Yeah. So use that. I have a property description prompt in that free PDF that I'm giving you. Use that if you want to try and do listing descriptions with ChatGPT. That will give you really, really good, accurate, doesn't sound like a robot property descriptions.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You got it. All right. Any other questions? I haven't looked at the chat, so I don't know if there's questions in the chat or if it's just a verbal thing.
Laura is wondering if you can give us more info about the 12-week course, which may have actually answered that.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's 12 weeks long. It's on demand, 30 minutes a week. And then we do live sessions with that live Q&A every Tuesday at 4:30 Eastern. So I don't know what time zone you're in, but Tuesdays 4:30 Eastern, we do live Q&A, live sessions, but you also get the benefit of pausing, rewinding, playing it whenever you want with the on-demand course. And then you get access to those 500 prompts as well that are updated.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Is this something that we have like lifetime access to, or does it go away? Okay, that's really cool.
I give lifetime. Aren't any other questions? Just a ton of information to fit into an hour, but I know your mind's probably a little bit blown. I know sometimes it's overwhelming, but again, if I were to say anything, guys, pick one or two things that you feel like will move the needle for you. Don't worry about all the other stuff. I'm just here to show you what's possible. You do not need to do all of it. Don't even do half of it. You will not do well if you do half of it. Just pick a couple things and you will crush it. If you implement one thing that you learned today, you will be so far ahead of the people. Nobody's doing this stuff, guys. There are some people doing it, but they're not doing it well. You will be on the right track if you can just implement one or two things. All right.
This has been amazing. Thank you so much, Phil.
Awesome. And for those of you in Vegas, I will see you in a couple weeks at EXPCon.
All right, bye. Thank
All right,
you.
see ya.
Thank you, Phil.